Welcome to the Bendito Podcast, where we're calling a spade a spade. Great to be here with you guys today. Guess who's back again. Caitlin's back. Tell Caitlin Clark Kent back in action. Where do I even start? 32 points, 9 assists, 8 rebounds, 2 blocks, 7 threes, 11 for 20 in only 31 minutes of basketball. The Indiana Fever say, come on, New York. Come on. Somebody's got to give you this first L, and I guess it's going to be us. No Jonquel Jones, but the Indiana Fever handled business. 102-88. We finally hit triple digits thanks to CC22. Caitlin Clark, folks, 3 threes in 38 seconds in the first half. Caitlin Clark hit 3 logo bombs, by the way. 3 logo bombs in 38 seconds. This was the Caitlin Clark we all said, oh, she's different. She's sent from outer space. The Caitlin Clark that we saw today was the Caitlin Clark that we were accustomed to seeing. Oh, it feels good, folks. It feels good. It feels good to get the W. It feels great to see Caitlin Clark's shot falling, logo threes, bombing. Caitlin Clark, the most 35 in 5 games in the Players 2 seasons. Candace Parker had 2. Caitlin Clark now has 3. Nobody else with more than 1. Caitlin Clark Kent is back in action. You can get the sense that she sat on the bench and she was ready to go. She sat on the bench, she sat on the sidelines, she watched this team play, and she was just counting her days until she made her return. I thought it was going to be against the Connecticut Sun, but this is Caitlin Clark. How could I be so foolish? Caitlin Clark probably said, I want to come back to the most eyeballs possible. You guys are about to see what I'm going to do. I want to come back to the most eyeballs possible. Clear 2 million or more. Yeah, 2 million or more. I want to come back and show you guys what I am made of. She is the only player in the league so far averaging 20 points per game, 5 rebounds per game or more, 5 assists or more per game. Caitlin Clark is back in action. The Caitlin Clark effect is back in action. Folks, as she was scoring 3 threes in 38 seconds, she had an ISO on Stewie, and she said, hey, AB, get over there, AB. Hey, clear out, guys, clear out. Watch what step back, pull up, bang, right in Stewie's face, and Stewie couldn't help but laugh. Caitlin Clark letting her have it, and folks, look at Sandy Brondello. Sandy Brondello can't even hate. Sandy, you can hate, you need to appreciate. Folks. 19 fast break points. Oh, that feels good too. 19 fast break points. Oh, that feels good too. Bench 20 points. Every quarter scoring more than 20 points. 102 points. Folks, this is what we want. This is what we wanted from the Indiana Fever. Caitlin Clark said, toss the game plan out the window. Let me just play ball. Toss the game plan out the window. Let me just play ball. And I would be lying if I said the Fever 4, Kelsey, Caitlin, Lexi, AB, plus Sophie Cunningham. Folks, that might be a winning recipe for this Indiana Fever team. That might be a winning recipe for this Indiana Fever team. They came out in the third quarter on a 19-0 run. The New York Liberty start the third, playing pretty well. We got a... Sophie, get in there. Natasha, sit down. 19-0 run. I think it ended up being something like a 25-3 run when all was said and done. Loved what I saw from the Indiana Fever today. I know Jonquel Jones wasn't playing, but the style of play, the pace of play, the type of basketball, the brand of basketball is what we saw. We didn't see too many screens go away, screen go away, screen go away. No. Caitlin was ball handling. When she gave up with it, we made an attempt to get it back to her. When she gave it up, we gave it to Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey, cook up. Kelsey, rough first 3 quarters, but take us home, Kelsey. Money Mitch, put him in a ditch. Feels good, folks. It feels good. Lexi Hull, 5 for 10, shooting 50%, 3 for 4 from the three-point line, 14 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Lexi Hull might have had 20 points if she made all of her layups. I gotta be honest. If Lexi Hull made, and they were bunnies, she would have had at least 20 points. That's a positive. Negative, we missed layups. Positive, she could have had a lot more. Natasha Howard only playing 14 minutes. Good. We see a lineup working. No need to force Natasha Howard into the action. If we have a recipe that's working, why add some salt in there when it doesn't count for salt? Why are we putting red pepper in there if the recipe doesn't account for red pepper? Natasha Howard, the biggest or the lowest plus minus on the team at a minus 15. Wasn't your day. Aaliyah Boston, 4 for 10. We missed some bunnies as well. Aaliyah Boston in the first quarter, in the first half, seemed a little bit overwhelmed, but she settled in the second half. She sensed the double teams coming. That's really all it was in the first half. The double teams were coming, and Aaliyah Boston was like a chicken with her head cut off and didn't know what to do with it. In the second half, that double team came, she made the right pass. The double team came, she passed out of it. The double team came, she didn't hold it for too long. First half, we did. Second half, we didn't. Good adjustment for you, Aaliyah Boston. Now, folks, this is what I want to see. Maybe not the exact attempts, but I want to see Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell shooting the most shots on this team. If Kelsey Mitchell shoots 16 times, Caitlin Clark shoots 20 times, perfect world, AB shoots 13 times. That is what I want to see. That is how the shot distribution needs to be spread out. Kelsey Mitchell, like I said, rough 3 quarters, but in the fourth quarter, Money Mitch took us home, hit a clutch 3, hit a 2-pointer that her foot was on the line. But what I'm saying here with Kelsey Mitchell and her foot being on the line, if that much is the difference between Kelsey's range and not Kelsey's range, whatever. Put the foot on the line. Whatever. Put the foot on the line. If that one step back is the difference between you making a long 2 and missing a 3, make the long 2. It is what it is. Kelsey with a plus 21, 22 points, 1 assist, 2 rebounds, and look at that. Caitlin Clark, 50% from 3. 11 for 20 from the field, 32 points, 9 assists, 8 rebounds, and guess what? I don't give a shit about the 7 turnovers. She's a point guard. She's going to try to fit the ball in places that many people don't even see. She's going to try to thread the needle in instances where people won't even attempt to thread the needle. This was a Caitlin Clark game. In the fourth quarter, a little bit non-existent. She was on the bench a little bit, but luckily Kelsey stepped up. What Caitlin Clark did in that first half, folks, what was it, 25 points in the first? She was unconscious, folks. It's like Caitlin Clark had an outer body experience in that first half. She was doing middies. She was taking it to the rack. She was showcasing her full entire arsenal. 3-level score. Caitlin Clark, get in the ice bath now. Get the heating pad now. Go back in the hyperbolic chamber. Do whatever you got to do. Get ready for June 17th because I loved what I saw today. And what else did I like? Oh, we're only using an 8-man rotation. No Brianna Turner? Okay. I'm okay with that. Folks, again, we don't got to play Michaela Timpson, but we don't got to play Brianna Turner either. Sophie, Sydney, and Dantas, 20 points in bench production. Sophie Cunningham, a plus 31. Yes, you heard that correctly. Sophie Cunningham, a plus 31. Dantas chimed in with a 3. Sydney Colson hit an open 3 and hit a big 3 in the fourth quarter. Sydney Colson, I have no qualms about your game. No qualms about your game at all. And if we're looking at the stats correctly, 6 assists for Sydney Colson. Okay. 6 assists for Sydney Colson, 6 assists for Aaliyah Boston. Caitlin Clark did get a technical. That's a technical foul. I don't want to see that, but she's got fire. She's got passion. Her first technical of the season. This time last year, she might have already hit the stanchion 2 times and got teed up by now. First technical, 10 games into the season, I'll allow it. First technical, 10 games into the season, I'll allow it. I got to be honest here, though, folks. Sabrina Ionescu, she came to play. Brianna Stewart got to the line 14 times. I thought it was going to be 17. Shout out to everybody in the venue, by the way. Holy smokes, 800 plus people live? Oh, you guys are wild. Shout out to everybody who donated. Shout out to all the new members, all the new subscribers. I appreciate your generosity. Unfortunately, my computer needs to get a beating. I'm about to beat up my computer in a few minutes for shutting down on you guys, but I appreciate everybody for coming out in the venue. This was an exciting, entertaining, fun game to watch. The referees were hoeing us. I got to be honest. I got to be honest. I wasn't too much of a fan with how the referees were calling the game, but this was an exciting game for the most part. Up and down, back and forth. Sabrina showing Sabrina why Sabrina does some things that Sabrina could do. Natasha Cloud, she didn't have her best game. 1 for 8, 0 for 4 from the three-point line. Not sure what happened with Natasha Cloud. I don't know if she was too focused on guarding Caitlin Clark, because if she was, then she didn't even do that correctly. She didn't even do that part of her job correctly. She was in foul trouble. She was in early foul trouble. But man, it definitely felt good getting a win against a quality opponent. Not the Mystics, not the Chicago Sky, not the Atlanta Dream, although the Dream might be better than we anticipated. The New York Liberty without Jonquil Jones is probably still better than all the other wins that we've had this year. Can we be honest about that? The New York Liberty without Jonquil Jones was probably a better win than all of the other wins that we've had so far this season. Can we at least be honest about that? Qualms with Stephanie White today? Not too many qualms. Seems as if we played basketball today, right? Was there a couple of substitution packages where we're going on a run and then out of nowhere, the New York Liberty go on a run? And I'm like, wait, what happened in terms of our lineup as why the Liberty are now going on a run? Oh, that's right. We put Natasha Howard in. Okay, now I see. That's probably the biggest qualm I had with Stephanie White today. That's really it. She didn't do too bad. She didn't do too bad. Now, I saw her talking to Caitlin Clark a few times. Did it go in one ear and out the other? Who am I to say? Who am I to say? But the Indiana Fever, they took it home. And that's what matters at the end of the day. Games like this put fear in the league. When they see us going, when they see Caitlin, oh, there it is. And yep, that's demoralizing. Folks, Caitlin Clark hit those 3 threes back to back to back. By the way, back to not hit a 3, couple plays, hit another 3. No, she hit a 3, pull up, bang, from the logo. She came up, hit a 3, pull up, bang, from the logo. She came up. Yeah. Yeah. When we're playing like that, the league's scared, man. Nobody wants to face that team. Nobody wants to go up against that team. And don't worry, Kelsey Mitchell's going to come around. We're going to lower that shot attempts to around 16. We're going to be a nice 7 for 16, a nice 8 for 16. That's the sweet spot we want Kelsey Mitchell at. And then Aaliyah Boston, 8 for 13, 9 for 14. That's the sweet spot we want Aaliyah Boston at. Let's see what we can do going up against Connecticut. Are we going to play Connecticut's game, or are we going to say, oh, whatever we did today worked? Wasn't a lot of sets. No, we didn't run a lot of sets. We ran an action here and an action there, but we let them play basketball. You don't need to really think too hard. Hey, when we come down here, set a screen. No, it's like, okay, I'm standing here. Here comes AB. Hey, send me. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. Caitlin Clark going crazy. Kelsey Mitch having a solid fourth quarter. Indiana Fever get the W. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I appreciate all of the support. Once again, I appreciate everybody who was in the venue, everybody who donated, became a became a member, all your generosity, all the new subscribers. Greatly appreciate it. We'll see you next time. And as always, take it easy.